But the way that she was going, and she denied it. First of all, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to more Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, damn it, you started the stream.
Yes. Now,
You
if you
jackass.
want me to talk about this, we can. But I'm not. I'm not gonna talk about that shit on stream if you don't want me to.
We can. If you
Yeah,
have no
like,
problem with it, then go ahead.
well, like the thing that I noticed
Don't say any names.
about what Artie was. Oh, well.
God damn it, Alistair! You had one job!
Yeah, I know.
One job and you fucked it up!
Well, that's a nickname, so it's still technically not doxing. Anyway, the thing that I noticed that she was doing, I will refer to it as she from now on, and her. To you, honestly, was the entire fucking argument you two were having was only an argument because she wouldn't listen to you. Like, it got to the point where she tried to say it was a culture difference. It's not a culture difference. It was literally you wanted to be justified in your argument. And you refused to listen to reason, and you refused to consider a mentality and opinion, and you refused to see decency, and you just wanted to be mad at him. Like, that was literally the reality the whole time. She wanted to be angry with you. She didn't want to have a reasonable fucking conversation. She wanted to be pissed. And she wanted you to just validate the fact that she was pissed. But she didn't have an excuse.
Yay! Oh, I'm
Really
so
hard
pre
to
the deluxe
get
edition.
around it when, it's really hard to get around it when it's
Hey, peeps.
like when you are trying to talk to a person, but like they say that they're not angry, but then like everything they do seems like an angry reaction.
Everything
Then
they
they're
do
calm.
is in bad faith, negative trust, and disrespect. They claim that they're not angry. They keep claiming that they're not pissed, but that's just a deflection for the reality that they don't want to admit. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, I'm pissed. And yeah, I fucking blame you. And you just have to deal with it. No, I don't. There's this thing called a block button. I literally don't have to do shit.
Well, the thing is, I would ask you, like, then where does it go after that? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, I made you angry, or what? Made you feel bad, but then the idea is, where do you
Like,
go next?
Yeah, where do you get off from that at that point? What do you do?
Is it just?
If anybody's wondering
Okay,
why I'm not really talking about a lot of these enemies, it's because they don't really do anything interesting in the limestone cave. The only enemy that's even semi-interesting is the slime and the ugly balloon, and that's because they can poison you. And they're not even good at that. Ow.
For pre-ordering Ace Combat 8, I get Ace Combat 0.
I'm tired of pre-orders.
I hate pre-orders
Huh?
too, honestly. I am one of those people that firmly believes pre-orders should never have been a thing.
Well, there's a thing for it when you get in a physical disc copy, but it's digital. Like, I could just hold Control C, Control V, and there's like infinite more copies. Like,
The reason why I'm going to pre-order it is because it's also giving me Ace Combat 0. The game doesn't work anymore on my PS2. So,
What you guys
Oh,
just saw right there, that aura of deflection around Dart after his shield, that was the game negating the potential for the status ailment that the balloon wanted to inflict. Guarding blocks status ailments in this game straight up. So if you know a status ailment attack is about to happen, just guard. You'll take reduced damage if damage is going to be done, and it will straight up block the status ailment.
and also I love Ace Combat. So,
Hey, if you
I
love
remember
Ace
you played
Combat,
that a
you
long
love Ace
time ago on
Combat.
Xbox a lot. The
Oh,
dog
hell
fight,
yeah.
you know?
Oh.
I played the very first Ace Combat Or back then, it was called air combat.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how you do it. For anybody wondering how you control dart when you're moving through that, sliding along those water lines, just move your stick in the direction of the split path branches that you want him to go, and it will adjust how he actually moves. Here we go, the bastard sword. Give him a much stronger weapon, and now dart is going to hit way harder. And then, by the way, for anybody wondering, if you want to be immune to poison, just equip the poison guard, and you can no longer be poisoned. And this bracelet does literally nothing, which is why I have no problem swapping to it. So, this is the Night Shield. It grants a slight physical defense bonus. Oh, there's who the leather jacket belongs to. We'll go ahead and equip that to her, and we'll equip the Night Shield, because her clothing equipment item is garbage, and her bracelet is terrible, and her fucking physical defense is easily the worst out of everyone here. She also has the lowest HP, so she will regenerate the slowest if you try to abuse guard regeneration like I do. Stepping stones. Shauna, be careful not to slip. Okay. Point, 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 point.
That was the hardest thing anyways, Alistair. It was,
Total vanishing.
with, like, benefit of the doubt was gone whenever you tried to say anything, like,
Yeah, that was what I kept...
If
That was something I pointed out, too, was like, she was arguing in absolute bad faith. There was no benefit of the doubt.
Well, yeah, like, even a compliment was just, like, treated with suspicion, like, we do yoga together or something in the morning, and it's like, I say, oh, well, you look really great, and she'd say, no, I look gross, why are you doing that? What's the compliment for? You trying, is it just because you're trying to get me to do yoga in front of you?
Yeah, exactly.
And, after that said, like, I don't know, what can anyone say?
What can you say when someone wants to argue in bad faith or make excuses to try and push your attention? The reality is that you can call them the fuck out on it, but unless they're willing to be honest and fair about admitting that this is exactly what the hell they're doing... Excuse me, guys, don't leave me like that! Dart and Lavitz having a bro moment, totally forgetting about the woman in the room. You guys are assholes. It's like, it's just dumb. That's the problem that I have, is that it's dumb. Like, unless they're willing to be honest, they'll just treat you calling them out like, well, clearly you're the one who has no faith. No, you started this shit. I'm just fucking ending it by straight up stopping the pretending. Like, quit being a pretentious ass and just admit what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time saying anything mean.
No, you don't. Not to the right fucking people, you don't. No, you fucking do not. And that is not an insult. That is the truth.
Okay, but not her, though. All right.
Yeah.
There's exceptions. This is one of them.
Yes,
but I guess you're right.
You're not an unnecessary asshole, except when somebody deserves it.
Yeah, like those fucking civilians. God, they're always in the fucking way. They're always
civilians, I swear to God.
They don't contribute anything to society. What do? Just live?
They are the society!
And what the fuck does that do for me? Get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to throw grenades.
They finance your war engine, you motherfucker!
I am trying to throw grenades here. And for your information, every single
potato. They're in his way.
Yeah, all of the shit that I have to do, all of the funding that I have to do, I have to find that shit myself. It's not like they're the ones doing guerrilla operations, providing me with supplies.
In fucking XCOM, they're literally your lifeblood because they're literally what funds your war engine.
Only the ones that are in the resistance missions, Alistair. Only the ones that are in the resistance missions. Those fuckers who are in the Advent cities.
Burnout.
You know what? They're chrysalid fodder for me.
You're a
As far as I'm
horrible
fucking
person.
concerned. What do you mean I'm a horrible person? I'm no different from the aliens.
The
They're
aliens
using you
are pretty,
motherfuckers as-
The aliens are pretty horrible people too.
Exactly. So we're the same. Then that means on the grand scale of things, of comparisons, roundabouts, and estimates, both of us are the same. That means we're decent.
Look at how powerful Dart's attacks are now. 23 damage is actually a lot this early. I do like how this game doesn't run on excessively bloated numbers. Oh, ew. Oh, and it poisoned him too. By the way, for anybody wondering why Shauna does so little damage, A, her strength stat is ass, and B, she actually can't do additions like these two can. So, oh fuck, that was too quick. Her overall damage is always pretty much going to be ass. Like, you basically have to give her a ridiculous amount of offensive equipment and gear, or she cannot provide anywhere near the same level of physical offensive capacity that any other character can. It's basically not fucking possible. That's not even me insulting Shauna. That is just literally a fact of her fucking existence. And the only reason that Dart is hitting so much harder than everybody else is because he just got a weapon upgrade and nobody else did. So this, I'm actually going to show off. This is really cool here. These are rock fireflies. You know a lot. Well, I used to be saved by these a lot. Me too. In particular, the ones close to a battlefield were helpful. Excuse me, don't just chat amongst yourselves and leave me out. Tell me what they are. This is what they are. Oh. Oh boy! The light from a rock firefly has a healing power. Well, Shauna learned at least one thing. Well, well. I know something you don't know too, Dart. What is that? I'm not telling. Well, you have been away from each other for 5 years. It's natural to not know each other. Wait, my mom and I aren't like that. Every time I go to Bale, she welcomes me with the same smile. What? Did I say something wrong? Let's get going. Your mother's waiting for you in Bale, right? Yeah! Lavitz is a mama's boy. So these are rock fireflies. Basically what you do with rock fireflies is you touch them and they fully restore all of your health. It's literally a free heal that you can sometimes find in dungeons. It's worth noting so that you can keep an eye out for them and be like, oh hey, free heals. Give me that. Charm potion, useless. For anybody wondering, charm potions are not useless just because it's a charm potion. It's useless because I've literally never needed to ever once in my life reduce monster encounters. They also don't provide you with any real monetary value. Total vanishings are also not that useful. They destroy minor enemies, but it's exceedingly rare that you'll find an enemy that you really want to kill with this that you couldn't just kill normally. So I tend not to really worry about those. Sparknet. That's actually very useful. Lightning damage is always neutral to enemies, which makes it good. I don't know what that toad was back there. I just know that it was a toad. I love the battle music in this game. This game has such good music. It doesn't have a particularly big roster of songs, but the songs that it does have, particularly for the era this game was released, a lot of beautiful depth in the music. You could tell this game was a passion project. Heal.
You know, I like to take my time when it comes to turn-based games. Those high-end blades and swords, the problem with it is they finished it too quickly. I like to enjoy the slow killing of my opponent. I like to grind them into a fine pace with the large sum of 1,000,000 strikes with a toothpick. Make sure that the enemy knows that I'm asserting dominance, even if they have no level of sentience.
It's not a dominance thing for me, it's a fuck off thing. They're in the way.
You finish it too quickly, Alistair.
I don't give a shit.
Kill them slowly.
Oh no, I'm just gonna kill them. That shit right there is why I get the body purifiers.
Yeah, I get you. I like to kill the civilians quickly, so because, you know, the faster I kill them, the more that they panic and spread. Get the fuck out of my way.
No, I don't kill civilians, I just kill my enemies.
Yeah, you do. When you miss and accidentally kill them. See, that's the difference between you and I, Alistair. I have consistency and standards. You make mistakes.
You make mistakes too. You just don't admit them when you kill innocent people.
That's not a mistake if I'm doing it on purpose.
That is actively a mistake, regardless as to how you're, like, whether or not you're doing it on purpose.
The My City Anarchy says otherwise. It says that it's the happiest and most peaceful city that there is. There can't be any anarchy if there's no people left to cause it.
You're supposed to protect and serve the people.
About that.
About my foot going up your ass for about to try to argue that point.
No, Alistair, you see, protect and serve of the law, and this is an example from real life. Protect and serve is protect and serve the law, not the people. That's some bullshit that somebody else came up with because they have like fucking.
They have
weird-ass
actual standards
morals.
for how their goddamn legal experts are supposed to behave.
No, the cop is not a legal expert. A cop doesn't even need to know the law, actually, in the United States.
Actually you do. Actually, to
No,
some
they
degree
don't.
You do.
That's what qualified immunity is. If they think that they were doing something correct, they are excused. That's what it is. As long as they can prove that another officer would reasonably behave the way that they did, even if they were in the wrong, they're perfectly fine. They get excused. So yeah, they don't need to know the law.
No, actually, they don't.
There's very few punishments for it when they don't. Now, however, ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking it when it comes to civilians. Yeah, if you do something wrong, you're arrested.
There's something.
Even if you thought you were operating in good faith.
Could be that much. Could that be the much talked about Guardian of the Cave? Shauna, step back. Don't worry about me. I can help. You're an archer. Step back. It's coming.
You know, I think if I ever make an RPG, I'm probably gonna make the first several classes really troll. The mage is gonna be the tank, and the ranger is gonna be using a bow, but all of their abilities are gonna be close range.
Ladies and
And they're
gentlemen,
gonna benefit from
Uroboros.
And then the warrior, the heavily padded armored dude, is actually gonna be the lowest health, lowest defense, and he throws his two-handed sword instead of meleeing with it. And all of his abilities benefit from range. That would be the most troll.
This fight is somewhat obnoxious. I won't say it's super obnoxious, but it's somewhat obnoxious because the snake has, first of all, its earth element, so you need wind in order to be able to do a lot of damage when it comes to using items to attack it. You might notice we don't really have a wind element attribute item to throw at it, which kind of makes it a little hard to actually be able to do some real serious effective damage. However, Lavitz, being wind elemental as a standard, kind of actually, I believe he does slightly more damage because of this. He might not. Oh yeah, the fucking snake sometimes does this too, which is bullshit, by the way, because that has a chance to poison everybody. And you don't have very many body purifiers. Okay, so when he rolls up there, you cannot hit him with a physical attack. Literally cannot. But unfortunately for him, I have a healthy stock of burnouts. And while he's not weak to fire, he doesn't resist it either. Thankfully, his poison chance is actually relatively low. If anybody wonders what Shauna basically exists to be in this mission, or in this boss fight, she's basically a walking item vendor. For if these guys get low on health. Her HP sucks, and the boss will take advantage of that. I love the boss music in this game. If you two are wondering, I'm streaming this on YouTube in case either of you want to go watch it.
Good. Log in to Genshin Impact to do my 5 minutes of gameplay per day. Unlike fucking RuneScape, where I can play as much or as little as I want.
Let's throw a spark net at this motherfucker. $30 fucking damage! Damn! Shauna is actually the only character here who can do a basic attack and still hit him while he's up there, because her attacks are classed as a ranged move. I think Lavitz has a better magic stat than Dart does. There we go, now he's pulled himself out of there. We can actually melee attack his ass again. Oh, and he's almost dead now. Right about here, what you're actually seeing is just the sheer power that magic damage items can do when you want to actually kill something. And 7 damage, yeah. So anybody wondering why I haven't been attacking with Shauna, she's not really worth investing her attacks in. Her magic damage is actually really high, though, so if you wanted to use her as an item tosser, there you go. Poisonous serpent.
You know what would be an interesting XCOM 2 challenge run?
What?
XCOM 2, except I can only use tactics they teach us in the tutorial. So I'll throw grenades at random walls to blow it open and expose pods. Start with one soldier who has no action against enemy pods. I'll sprint forward in order to discover enemy pods. Discover enemy pods with a single soldier far ahead of the rest of the group, and we'll see if I can complete the game.
I feel like that is a really good way to just straight up watch all of your soldiers fucking die and never actually be able to finish the game. What was... So yeah, Shauna apparently has some weird magic power that allows her to disintegrate monsters, and she has no idea how to use it. War God's Amulet! And everybody leveled up. What on earth just happened? I don't know. Anyway, we are safe. We should think about how to get out of here. It'll be fine when we get to Bale. I think. Okay, so the War God's Amulet is an interesting accessory. Increases hit rate for attacking all by 20%. So your hit rate for landing physical attacks and magical attacks increases. For a character that has accuracy issues, that's actually really useful. I don't really ever find myself needing it, and I finished about 3/4 of the game and never had to put that item to use. Healing potion. $50 gold. Right about where I expected that to trigger. Oh, it's just an orc. I can use you to regenerate my health. Yeah, Dart gets a flat 30 HP per level, and Lavitz gets a little bit more than that. Shauna gets less. I think she gets about 22 hit points a level, maybe. Shauna is not meant to be a powerhouse melee attacker by any stretch. Or physical attacker. She is actually one of your strongest healers. And we'll see what I mean by that later in the game. Because it's not until later that the game is actually... You'll notice that everybody has an MP option. Like, magic points. What you might also notice, though, is that nobody has magic points right now. Despite the fact that there is an MP stat. That's not going to become relevant until a specific event in the game triggers. We will have to go to the town of Hoax for that to trigger. And honestly, that's fine. This game is just being slow and steady about how it introduces all of its mechanics, which, the way magic works in this game, it is fine that you don't have it until then. You really don't need it. In fact, there are a very large number of bosses you really don't even need your magic to beat. An interesting challenge run for this game would actually be, can you beat it without ever using the game's magic system? I will not be doing that challenge run. Just because what the magic system actually lets you do is fucking awesome. Maybe I'll do that in a future run of this game if I get enough requests for it, but that is not something that I will be doing just randomly. Literally one step away from the castle, I triggered a fucking fight. Oh, this game is an asshole. That fucking bird just ran away. You stopped. You got into a fight with me, and then you just bolted, you little bastard. Get back here. I'm gonna beat your ass. Indel's Castle, capital Bale. Alright. This quaint little town is actually kind of cool. Also, you'll notice these little green arrows. These little green arrows kind of tell you, hey, there's a entry path in here. That's what I've been using to find those the whole game. 50 gold. Talk to the artist. Oh my god! It's Sir Lavitz! Oh, Sir Lavitz, please let me draw your portrait again! Lavitz is a little bit of a celebrity. He's a very, very famous, honorable knight. He is pretty much the quintessential man of chivalry. Oh, don't move. It'll be done soon. Don't move. Fucking Dart over here losing his patience. Just trying really hard not to lose his mind. Yes, here you go. Acquired a portrait of Lavitz. Isn't it a little too handsome? I don't think so. Thank you. I'll treasure this. Okay. That's just an adorable little scene, by the way, that you can miss. This game is extremely funny when it wants to be.
I've just been leaving my character AFK all day in RuneScape. He's just generating gold on my phone. I only have to click I don't know, once every 15 minutes-ish.
Wow.
Very chill. Or I could, well, that being said, the amount of fucking rare items that I have all fucking stacked up to make that possible is definitely not common. But hey, I worked for the privilege. It is mine. I shall reap the benefits.
You bust your ass to get the fucking gear, man.
Yes.
Drinks.
I just
drinks,
bought.
Give me more drinks. This guy's a fucking alcoholic.
I just bought something called the Hazelmere Signet Ring. It is like the de facto, like one of the rarest things in the game. It's called a hero item. Very, very few of them. And they are extremely expensive. To give you an idea of how much it costs, you can pay gold pieces that you earn to buy memberships in RuneScape. You know, RuneScape operates off of membership.
Right.
2 weeks, right now, it'll cost you about 120 million gold.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what. Which that's very little compared to what it usually is. It's usually like 200 something million, but because they ripped all the microtransactions out of the game, it dropped a lot. People were
Okay.
buying like lots of bonds to
Um,
have to do the micro.
brief
go ahead.
interruption to that here. You'll notice I mentioned green arrows over places you could go into. This is a yellow arrow. Yellow arrows are indicative of inns in a town. So if you're ever wondering where the inn is in order to heal yourself at a small cost, just look for the yellow arrow in this game. You'll also notice there's a blue arrow here. That means an item shop or a weapon shop. Sometimes both. That's all I needed to say. I guess I'll hold on to the War God's amulet for now. I guess.
Oh, anyways, give you an idea how rare this is and how much it costs. That's what a bond costs. A whole year is 20 bonds. That's like a deal that you can get. But anyways, 2 weeks, that's usually what people buy, 120 million. Usually like 200. A Hazelmere signet ring costs 10 billion gold. And there's like very few of them. There's like less than, I don't know, 100 of them in the game.
Huh.
And it has a 1 in 1,000 chance of giving you like a double drop of anything that drops, which is cool. It's a money duplicator, but like the immense cost, like nobody will ever recoup the amount of gold that costs. Like even if unless you got a double drop of another fucking Hazelmere signet ring or something, it's not happening.
Oh.
So it's literally just a rich man's luxury. Like there's like a ring called Luck of the Dwarves. It's like far less expensive, and it does almost basically the same thing. It just doesn't have that 1 in 1,000 doubling effect. It gives you a luck. But yeah, fucking Hazelmere signet ring. Extremely expensive. And rare. I want to collect all of the hero items. Maybe the richest man in RuneScape.
Troy has an ambition in RuneScape, and he will achieve it. So yeah, this is Lavitt's house. We can't go there until we actually brief King Albert. We'll meet King Albert later. King Albert's a really cool character, actually.
Is he like Fat Bastard from,
No.
what?
Austin Powers? No.
Oh, no, I was thinking about the librarian from, that Dracula and Alucard game that I can't remember the name of. Castlevania.
No, he's not from... He's not like... He's not like the librarian.
Troy, your respect for this game's obese people is, incredibly low. Well, I mean, they didn't respect their own gut. When somebody says trust your gut, they don't mean to trust and feed it because it's full of shit.
Look, I'm all for body positivity, but I do think people should recognize that being ridiculously, excessively overweight is not a good thing. To characterize what I mean by that, a lot of the quote-unquote fat activists, as a lot of people call them, and I don't really call them that myself. That's just what a lot of people call them, so it's kind of an easy term to bring up. Who try to tell the whole world that the whole world needs to accommodate the fact that they are grossly overweight and ridiculously unhealthy. Look, you do to your body whatever the fuck you want to do, okay? You do that. But I am warning you now, most of the activists who were trying to advocate for being overweight and for the world having to accommodate being overweight, most of those people have already died of coronaries.
I wasn't there like somebody who was a body positivity activist? They were on the news. They literally died of a heart attack or something.
It wasn't just one of them. there were a dozen major influencers, as it turns out, that I discovered from a little bit of research, that were trying to force the whole world to be very accepting and embracing of overweightness as a way of life. And my response to that was, no thanks, I'd rather actually take care of myself, at least to some degree. Like, I'm not a picture of health. I've got a fat gut. I am not, by any means, perfect at all. In terms of, taking care of my own physical well-being. But I don't take care of myself in a really disgusting or pathetic way either. I don't let myself completely go and then just act like the whole world has to accommodate that, because I don't want to have to take care of myself. The thing is that, and this is the reason why I don't recommend a lot of people try to pursue the overweight thing as a lifestyle. The vast majority of overweight activists, and I say overweight because I am genuinely trying to be not super offensive about it to somebody who may
Then
find
just
that
say
term
obese.
offensive. But like most obese activists all died over the last 4 years, I believe it was. Most of them have all died under the age of 50 in the last 4 years from coronaries, heart attacks, or weight-related issues. Not fucking kidding. None of those people made it to 50. They all died from weight-related issues. And I'm not saying that to, like, spread this ludicrous idea of, like, I guess people could try and call it fat phobia if that's what you want to call it. I don't fucking care. It's not fat phobia. Being ridiculously obese is not healthy.
I got a question for you, Alistair.
Tell me.
If someone is incredibly large, alright, so big that they can't fit in one airplane seat, do they have to buy 2 tickets and 2 seats?
That is a very difficult question for a lot of people to answer, and many people like to attribute it to simple fat phobia and overweight phobia, and honestly, this is a conversation I was figuring was going to end up happening. Here's my response.
I feel like it's a literal question of physics.
Here's my response, because I'll be fucking straight up honest with you. I have no real care for what a person does with themselves physically. You want to be incredibly obese and overweight, that's on you. But, so if you are, by the way, if you need to be healed in certain towns, you can look for a clinic. You pay 10 gold, they'll cleanse any status ailments you're stuck with, and it'll fully restore your age paid. I'm going to do it just to show you guys what it looks like. I don't actually need to do it. The reason why I bring this up is just like Troy, it's a question. It's not a question of fat phobia or hating on you because you are overweight. It's physics. Somebody who weighs 200 to 300 to 400 pounds is going to be harder to lift off the ground from a physics perspective than somebody who is 150 pounds.
I was talking about seat space. If you got a brick,
with seat space, it gets worse, because if you are anywhere between 250 to 400 pounds, like my overweight ass is around 300, 350 as it is. I have seen people who are 450 and 500 pounds, and I've had to sit in between 2 very obese people before on a fucking airplane. It wasn't comfortable for any of us. I don't even know how I managed to fall asleep during the flight. Because I was sitting there rubbing elbows with the rolls of these people. Now that probably sounds incredibly offensive to somebody who is obese. If it sounds offensive, it's probably because it sounds kind of disgusting. And yeah, it's a little disgusting to have to be rolling, to like, be holding your elbows into your chest out in front of you and your arms and still somehow be touching these people. And I tried to do that partially out of a courtesy to them so that I'm not just, rubbing against them and applying pressure, but also out of a courtesy to my fucking self, because I don't want to have to be touching them any more than they want me to be touching them, because I don't know those people. But yeah, honestly, I think they should have to buy the extra seat if they're so big that they end up, you have to burn your hand to get one of the Stardust in this game. And I say that because if you are so big that you take up 2 seats worth of space, you kind of should have to actually pay for the extra ticket. Because when you don't, what happens to me is what happens to the other people around you. Like, you're gonna be like rubbing elbows and rolls of your obeseness against them, and it's gonna feel really uncomfortable for both of you. It's gonna feel really gross and disturbing, I'm sure, on some level for both of you. It's not gonna make either of you fucking happy. And the other thing is that the bigger you are from a weight perspective, the more resources it takes to get you off the ground if it's on a plane. Because, weight physics factor is literally a fucking thing. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it is in fact actually true. I'm almost 300 pounds. It takes a lot of effort to be able to lift something like me. Imagine being 400 or 500 pounds. Your ass takes up 2 fucking seats worth of space. It's gonna take more effort for the plane to be able to lift you off the ground than it would somebody like me. And
holy shit, you're 300 pounds? I didn't know that.
I am almost 300 pounds, and a fair bit of that is muscle. I'm 6'3", though. Like, I am not a small man.
Holy shit. You're like 4 times my size.
God damn, that's a huge bitch.
I'm a huge bitch.
Yeah, it's gonna shit. If I would have went and met you at that fucking arcade, I'd have to permanently be looking upwards. Like
I
shit.
am a big man. And I know that, and I acknowledge
How
that.
tall are you, Troy?
Huh? I'm like 5'9".
You're as tall as my
I'm
dad.
taller than you too.
Yeah. And I'm like
I'm like six. I'm like 6.
He's literally
6'1",
as tall as
6'2".
Troy is literally as tall as my dad, because my dad is 5'9".
I'm like 177 pounds.
Yeah, a lot of my weight is muscle because my body builds muscle very easily. A fair bit of it is fat. I'm also going to say, I'm not going to pretend like
I'm 210.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm a bodybuilder because I'm not.
Plus rope trader.
Yeah, like
I can't get bored of it.
If somebody really is wondering, he's addicted to Rogue Trader the same way you and I have been addicted to XCOM lately, Troy.
Don't question it.
If anybody is, I'm not questioning it, I'm noting it. So if anybody thinks that this is coming from a position of hate, it's not coming from a position of hate, it's coming from a position of understanding personal space. And if you're invading my personal space, when we have to sit next to each other on a plane because you are so big that you can't fit in your seat without squeezing into mine, I believe you should have to buy the seat that I am sitting in, and I should be able to sit one further seat away so that we can both be comfortable on the plane. Because, and a lot of people are like, well, they should just have to build extra wide seats. No, they shouldn't, because that means they have to reconstruct the entire fucking plane in order to be able to accommodate bigger people to that degree. And that means they have to completely reconstruct how planes work.
Pause. They do have that, but it's in first class.
Yes, they do. They have those larger seats, but yes, they are restricted to first class. And if they do actually have the extra wide seats,
they already have that.
Yeah, then maybe instead of buying 2 plane tickets, they should just force you to have to upgrade to a first class seat if it's not already taken. And pay the difference on that. Maybe that would be less offensive. Maybe that would actually be a better solution. But the fact of the matter is, I don't want to have to be constantly scrunching myself over to one side and possibly getting in another person's personal space just to try and get out of yours so you don't look at me and go, dude, move the fuck over. And it's just like, I can't move the fuck over. Do you see how small these seats are? My ass barely fits in these seats. And I have seen people 2 to 3 times my size en masse. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not saying this out of some fucking hate for people who are obese at all. I am saying this because this is literally shit that happens. And it's not fucking comfortable for people. And again, I want to redirect back. The obese activists that I have dealt with, that I have seen, the vast majority of them all died within about 4 to 10 years of becoming activists. And I checked their ages. According to the obituaries that I could find, none of them even made it to 50 fucking years old, guys. So if you want to live that way, that's fine, but you are going to live a real short life comparatively to a lot of other people. Because you don't want to take care of yourself. And and here's the thing. Here's the thing. You should not try to force the whole fucking world to accommodate the fact that you refuse to take care of yourself. Because that is literally what it is. 9 times out of 10, that's what that is. There are some people, their obeseness, they can't help it because of medical conditions. I understand that. But the vast majority of you can do something about it. You choose not to, and then you tell the whole world that they have to accommodate you. No, I do fucking not. Especially when it's you getting in my personal space because you are bigger than the seat they have to put you in. Why is that my fault?
Not the seat they have to put you in, but the seat you purchased. I'd like to remind you that first class is possible.
Yeah, first class is possible, but, like, first class is also often purchased. First class seats are a huge financial, like, upgrade in terms of, like, the amount of money that it takes.
Yeah, but in the short term, this is the way that we could solve things without having to make the airline
pay for 2 seats and make airlines completely reconstruct planes. Yeah, I mean, in the short term, it's probably a better solution than just making them buy 2 tickets.
And 2 tickets.
I do think that 2 tickets is excessive. I do think that they should have to pay extra for the seat next to them. I don't necessarily think they should have to pay for an entire second ticket. Like, that I definitely feel is excessive. And a lot of people really just try to justify it with the same physics argument. The reality is, yes, it is going to take more resources to get your ass off the ground than me. Doesn't fucking matter. Paying for an entire extra plane ticket? You may as well just upgrade them to first fucking class and shut your mouth. They'd spend less money, probably, and they'd still get the seat that would give them the space needed, and now you could sell the other 2 seats to, you know, other people. I mean, looking at it, yeah, buying 2 tickets is a little unfair, but I do still think that you should have to, like, you should necessarily have to pay for a little bit extra just so the seat next to you doesn't get occupied by somebody who is now basically rubbing against you. Because that's just uncomfortable and disturbing for both parties.
I was just gonna quickly just look up, like, a one-way flight, the price of the tickets.
They're ridiculously expensive, especially right now.
I know, I'll just...
Alright, I'm gonna voice this now. I am the head of the First Knighthood, Lavitz Lambert. I am back from the field. And here we meet King Albert. Oh, Lavitz! I was feeling uneasy because I heard you were missing. Oh, please, make yourself comfortable, everyone! So, yeah, Lavitz is actually a really nice... Or, not Lavitz, but King Albert is actually a really nice guy. Your Majesty, it's more than I deserve. It was true! His Majesty was so dismayed that he couldn't see to his affairs of state. Oh, Noish, please don't tease me. Lavitz is a friend from my childhood, as well as a master of martial arts. Anyway, where have you been? So, yeah, he's been friends with the king since they were kids. The master of martial arts line, I will say, is a little odd. Doesn't really make sense for the king to say that. After my first knighthood was wiped out, I was captured by Sandora and held against my will in Helena prison. What?
Huh.
In
Okay,
Helena.
I just looked it up, and okay, so if it was just regular flight, I just clicked random places
Right,
because
right,
I mean I
right.
know that the distance matters. $833 is just for economy, so coach in the cabin.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's literally like basic bitch flights.
right. That's what you had, coach.
Mm-hmm.
But premium is $1,489. It's still less than buying 2 coach tickets.
It's less than half of like you're paying $200 extra instead of having to pay another $800 plus tax, which is going to round out to about
it's
another
1,000.
900.
This is 1,489.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. One ticket coach 800, one ticket first class around $1,000. 2 tickets because like say we're going by the 2 ticket purchase thing because you have to take up 2 seats if you don't do first class. 2 tickets is $1,600.
That being said, I don't know. You'd have to do
So
something like.
you're literally doubling the price of this motherfucker instead of just upgrading them to first class and making them pay the $200 extra premium, which would be way less cheaper and way more fair to everybody fucking else involved, including the person who is obese in that case and is physically moving over into another person's seat because they can't not.
That being said, like, it's definitely, I don't know, the logistics of having to do that, like, manage that as the air flight company, you'd have to, I don't know, you have to put a weight slider on the, on the flight ticket. What? I'm just saying, like, if the fucking airplane stewards are doing boarding passes and they gotta make you step on a fucking weight scale, that's gonna be really fucking annoying. It's gonna make the boarding passes.
It's gonna make. It's also gonna be really offensive because it's like, oh, now they have to weigh everybody going on.
Yeah, women are not gonna like that.
Not just women. Anybody who is overweight is not gonna like that, or anybody who is extremely heavily muscled is not gonna like that because. People don't often realize this, even though it's a fairly common thing to say. Muscle actually weighs more than fat. So
I know.
So people who like work out constantly at the gym to be jacked as fuck, they actually can be about as heavy as overweight obese people.
Just thinking about that, like, what kind of tools did they take out? Did some motherfucker just take out like a giant
I don't
pair
even
of,
want to
like,
get into the
clamp
logistics of
fingers
that
and
on
just,
YouTube
like-
because I'm positive that is going to get somebody demonetized. But
Well, I'm just saying, just take out the scissors and just like try to clamp the person, and if
No.
you can't clamp them, then they don't sit in the seat.
No.
They're
Oh
above
my
a certain
God.
weight.
Troll.
I'm just saying, how are they gonna do this?
I don't know.
wait.
I feel like it would be
I-
easier for them to have a known measurement of the seats and then look at you and be able to measure you versus the seat, if anything, in terms of like how wide you are from one end to the other. But still,
Yeah, but we gonna have people just like eyeballing this shit all the time? Like,
that's the problem.
Alistair.
Like, how would you do that without being incredibly fucking offensive to everyone involved?
yeah, you're a fat ass. Okay, you can pass. Oh, you're skinny mini. You can. I'm not even gonna measure you. Go.
Yeah, exactly. You see my fucking problem here.
Yeah, you're asking them to be discriminatory when you do that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
then,
this very process is kind of discriminatory in one form or another. No matter
So
how you look at
how
it.
the fuck we gonna manage the logistics of this?
I don't know how
don't-
you would
what
do
do they
that. I'm just saying I know that the solutions they're using are, while to some degree understandable, clearly the wrong one. Like, because the more I thought about it over the course of this debate, the more I realized, holy shit, this really is straight up not fair to these people.
Yeah, but that being said, again, how do you? It's like boarding group number one. Bring out the clamp and the scale. Like, what the fuck is that?
Don't know.
The clamp. That's what we're gonna call it now.
Like, I don't fucking know how the hell you would do that. However, thanks to the act of this young man, I managed to break out. Let me introduce these people to you. Dart and Shauna. They're from Celise. I thank you for saving Lavitz. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In gratitude for this, tell me if you need anything. Some rebuilding relief efforts would absolutely be wonderful for Sulla's village. But Dart's not going to think about that. I have a request. Is it possible to take care of Shauna in this castle? What? It seems Imperial Sandora attacked Celes to take Shauna away. So they could go after Shauna any time. And when I think of it, is that the reason you brought me here? Shauna, I can walk next to Dart. I have been working towards that. There is nothing we can do about the time we were apart, but I want to be with you forever. Public love declarations in the most awkward anime fashion. I mean, what? Unfortunately, you cannot leave her here. Imperial Sandora obtained the force called the Dragon and went on the offensive. We are holding the battle line in hopes, but if the Dragon can fly at low altitudes and directly attack the castle, we cannot defend it, even with the high ramparts. This castle is not militarily prepared for a siege, by the way. Also, if you look in the near the top right of this scene, you'll see a rather familiar-looking asshat that was working with Emperor Dole and Frugal. Why in the hell is he here, and how does nobody know him? There is no place safe in Serdio now. Besides, you do know how she feels about you, don't you? Shauna, it may be even more dangerous from now on. I don't mind as long as I can be with you, Dart.
Oh.
Like, seriously, she has such a puppy love complex for him over the course of this game, and it is hilarious.
Oh, no. I wasn't saying all because of that. I was saying all because I was just decorating my space in this game, and I put down a trampoline. And with the conversation we just had, I just had to think for a minute about, like, trampoline parks. How do they decide whether or not it's safe for a person to get on there? I guess the person might decide for themselves, but...
I'm not going to have that discussion because I've had enough discussions that can be really offensive and probably made myself look like an ignorant asshat as it is. So...
No, but I'm just saying. I'm thinking about trampoline parks. What? I'm just thinking about trampoline parks and just.
Here's how they normally decide if it's safe. First of all, the system has its own series of weight restrictions. Second of all, they go out of their way to test it, by having grown adults and other individuals jump on the damn thing in order to see how many people can do it safely and what starts to look like it's going to be a little too much.
So do they have like a scale or something at the park you got to step on?
No!
It's okay. Well, what do they say, like...
Troy, why are you bringing this back to a question of weight all over again so that now we have to talk about
just saying.
This? You are not just saying. You are doing this on purpose, Jolie Bindo.
No. It's literally a question of literal physics and safety at this point.
Damn it.
I'm just saying, if you got little kids and then you have a 400-pound wrecking ball bouncing around, one of those children's gonna get crushed.
How the fuck do you make money on YouTube?
I'm just saying, it's dangerous.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Do you know what 400-pound weight can do to a human fucking body when it's moving at 10 meters per second? The gravitational...
I saw what it could do in, what was the name of the game? I saw what it could do in, fucking Star Wars The Mandalorian. And if it weren't for his Beskar armor, when he got body slammed by a hut, he would have been dead.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I take back the request, but one more thing. I would like to ask a question to Minister Noish. Ask me anything, son. My head is filled with all the legends and history of the continent of Edinus. I was on a journey to pursue the Black Monster. The Black Monster. The monster that attacked Neat 18 years ago. The only thing I know is that he deprived me of my parents and my hometown. You were a victim of the devil! I want to hear everything. Please, tell me about it. There is hardly any information left. Everything that was related to him was reduced to ashes. The only thing I know is the Black Monster is called the Devil that Disobeyed the Great Existence. And it is also known for devouring the god. That's actually mostly a lie. Devouring the god? Yes. And surprisingly, it shows up in history beginning 11,000 years ago. About 11,000 years ago is the time the Dragon campaign ended. You're exactly right, Your Majesty. Instead, I will tell you the story of the Dragon campaign. So you're not going to fulfill that request either, but you'll give me another story. Okay.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
I like how he characterizes it with the words Winglies and people suffered immensely. As if Winglies themselves are not people, and we will see later that they very much are people. I really dislike the way he says that, but I like that he does say it that way because it teaches you something about the man delivering the story. He did not see the Winglies as people. They were a people, they were just a domineering, somewhat amoral people. The Black Monster appeared after the Dragon campaign. Excuse me, sir. It's time for the war meeting. I see. Tell them we will come soon. Dart? Shauna? This war will be a particularly harsh one for those who no longer have a home to return to. The castle is very quiet now. It is the best place to think about your future. But this is our first time in a castle. Well, there's a place with a great view next to this room. Go enjoy yourself. The view from the castle. I see. Please excuse me. Shauna may be 18 years old, but she is also very much still a kid in a lot of ways. She's so hasty. Please, excuse me too. For anybody wondering, Dart is only a couple years older than she is. He's not actually that much older than her.
Meanwhile, dude looks like a fully grown man, and then she looks like she just had her 8th birthday.
Yeah, she really does look like a teenager. I don't know if that's an adjustment between the Japanese version of this game, because this game was originally made in Japan. From here, we can see all of Basel. Might we even be able to see Celise? Celise is over the mountain. Besides, we cannot see it anyway because we're that far. I hope everybody is safe. I'm sure they're okay. Yes, they are. According to the brief by my aide, most of the people in the village are safe. Really? I'm relieved to hear that. But it will take time to rebuild the village. Still, good. I can meet everybody again. But we do have bad news. Sandora is now readying itself to attack us. They're planning to use the dragon for the offensive on Hoax. A dragon? If they release that monster in the battle, it'll be total genocide! Our role, as the knighthood, is to stop it. I am heading to Hoax now. Maintaining the battle line will determine the future of Bale.
You know, the people that are aware of the
I
most
have lived only for
incarnate...
myself. I believed it was something I had to complete by myself, even if I had to leave Shauna and the people of the village behind. But when I came back, look at this! I almost lost my hometown again! Lavitz, I am going to Hoax with you. I don't want to see any more senseless bloodshed. What about the Black Monster? We have to end the war first. One Stark makes up his mind, he never changes it. Of course, I'm going to. I cannot stand the war either. And I can fight too. You guys... Everything is determined, and now we have to prepare. Then let's go now. We need to head to Bale. There are item shops, weapon shops, and my home. Please, meet my mother. She will be happy, because she hasn't had a guest in a while. So, yeah, Dart kind of realizes that he's kind of been more than a little selfish about the way he does business. And now he's choosing to help out end the war in Serdio, which, we're going to try and stop the senseless bloodshed by going and committing some bloodshed. Makes total sense, right? What were you going to say, Troy? I apologize. I just wanted to get that cutscene out of the way so I could continue with the gameplay.
Oh, it was complete nonsense. I was just saying, the people who are capable of the most incarnate evils are also capable of the greatest goods beyond anyone else, because they are far more aware.
That's... On many levels, that's actually more right than you think it is.
Yeah, because you know exactly the worst possible outcome and how to achieve it.
Like, the guy who commanded the Third Reich in World War II is one of the most horrific human beings to ever exist. And that will always 100%, 150 million% not be arguable. He did galvanize his country, pull it out of an economic depression, and manage to technologically advance his entire society and nation to the point where it was able to take on the world in war. And if he had been more conservative and careful with his movements, his munitions, and his troops, and who he picked as enemies, it's entirely possible that he actually would have been able to take over the planet with the military prowess that he had and the technological advantages he had at the time.
I got a hot take for you, Alistair.
Now, all of that said, before Troy has his hot take, I do not condone any of the inhumane acts that motherfucker committed while he was in office. He was still one of the worst examples of humanity in history because of what he did to the Jewish population and what he did to other populations as a rule and what he did to peoples in general. That man is still one of the most horrific examples of human scum you could ever imagine. So before anybody presumes that me acknowledging what he did that was good for his country somehow is a worship of him or a denial of the horrors that he committed and the horrific legacy that it left behind for us to deal with. It is not. It is simply showing he did actually do great things. In the words of Ollivander from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, he who must not be named did great things. Terrible, but great. That man did a lot of very terrible things, but he also did a lot of great things. Now, Troy, you have a hot take. Go ahead.
Let me think about how to word this. Nothing unites people like a common enemy. So when you want to unite the world, if you become the most evil motherfucker that everybody hates, you could force them to all align against you.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna voice this cutscene, and then I will actually create a example that exists in fictional media as a 100% perfect point to reinforce that take.
Yeah.
Mother, I'm home. Oh, Lavitz! It's Lavitz! I was worried because I didn't hear from you for a long time. Sandora's resistance was tougher than I thought. But don't worry, we defeated them. Your late father would be proud to hear that. Lavitz, what about Helena? Don't mention that to her. Sorry, but I don't want her to be worried. I don't know what he's talking about. So he basically just lied to his mom to give her peace of mind. Again, Lavitz is like the biggest mama's boy. Well, fine. I'm already happy just having you come home.
Oh.
But you brought a bride with you, my big baby. Mom, she is not! Oh, don't be shy. What's your name? Shauna. Shauna, my son is a little awkward and stubborn, but he is very sweet-natured. The game will actually let you choose right here how much of a jackass you want Dart to be about this situation, by the way. He is not, or good luck, Shauna. He is not. He's right. She is Dart's sweetheart. Hey, when did I become Shauna's? It's true. I am Dart's girlfriend. What? Now, if you have him say good luck, Shauna just looks at him with the most incredulous fucking look on the planet and goes, Dart? What the hell? I love this scene because it's so wholesome and amusing. It's fucking wonderful. Oh, please excuse me. Take good care of Shauna. Well, I don't know what to say. I haven't seen this dialogue. What's going on? Once my mom gets an idea into her head, that's the end. That's the only way we can manage her. Lavitz, please somebody like her. Find somebody like her so that I can hold my grandchild in my arms. You are not a child anymore. Yeah, I know. I know. And you'll stay here today, honey? Well, I was commanded to defend Hoax, so I have to leave as soon as... Oh, well, I understand. But you can have at least lunch, can't you? It'll be ready soon, honey. I'll give you a hand. Oh, there's no need. But then again, maybe. My pleasure. Well, what can we do till lunch? Okay, so...
Oh, wait, you done?
Oh,
with the cutscene?
yeah, I need to go
Right,
over that. So, that...
I was gonna, wait.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so if you become the most evil motherfucker, you could force everybody to unite against you. And also, if you ally yourself with nobody while you do that, you also force the outcome that you wanted to happen. Like the Lord of the Rings. If Sauron conquered the world and killed everybody and there's nothing but goblins left, the goblins will live in peace because there's only goblins. only the goblin way will exist. On the other hand, if Sauron is defeated, he forced the hobbits, the elves, the dwarves, the muggles, and the humans, everybody united together.
He forced the hobbits, elves, dwarves, and humanity all to unite against him.
Yes, and while the war was going on, those people are united, living in peace and harmony together with a singular goal and effort. So either maintain the war for a long period of time and they all live in peace, or get defeated and they all learn that, hey, teamwork isn't so bad for a little while. Or you kill all of them and you get to have peace. So, it's fucked up, but it makes sense. You force the outcome that you want to happen. You just have to be powerful enough to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Lord of the Rings. Great example.
Lord of the Rings is a good example. Another example is Lelouch from Code Geass. Lelouch noticed that the British aristocracy in his time was extremely corrupt and that the regime at the time was exceedingly fascist. He created a resistance movement against them, and inevitably, when he basically tried to forcibly take power, he noticed that a lot of people were turning on him and weren't really accepting of his new commanding rule because he had to do a lot of really dirty deeds in order to be able to actually help people and stop the bad guys. Well, Lelouch's ultimate decision was to take that realization, become a tyrant that everyone could hate, kill all of the corrupt aristocracy that were going to continue to try and reestablish the very regime he destroyed, killed all of the corrupt rebels who were also trying to do their own dirty attempt at power grabbing. And then after he did that, he arranged his own execution at the hands of somebody he knew would be able to unite all of Britain and allow them to live in peace after his death, choosing ultimately to allow himself to die, knowing that Britannia would be able to undergo an age of peace after he died. So that was literally Lelouch's plan. Was by the end of things, he was just like, Jesus Christ, I've had to become a tyrant, I've had to become a murderer, I've had to become a monster, and that's what everyone sees now. That's all everyone sees now. But how can I save the world if I don't? Wait! I can save the world! I will just sacrifice myself and make the whole world look like they have killed their worst villain, and I will make sure that everyone who would try to reestablish the broken system that was killing and oppressing people and taking from them before I go. And that is exactly what Lelouch does. He destroys all of the corruption by purging it before he is inevitably killed off, and chooses to die in a manner that will allow everyone to blame him for their problems, but also allow them all to come together and create a better future. Alright, so now we have a few choices for how we want to pass time until the lunch event occurs in the game. Shall we help them? Can you cook? Of course! Otherwise I couldn't travel alone for 5 years. And what kind of dishes do you make? I can grill a thick piece of meat. It's the best. That's it. Let's leave the cooking to Shauna and Mom. You think so? But Shauna was always a bad cook. Better than you. We should practice with our swords. Hey! What's wrong? Are you gonna swing your sword around in my house? What's wrong with that? You have such a big house. It's not right! I'm just kidding, man. Damn it. I heard that! What was that tut about? It's all in your head. Why don't we take a nap? What's wrong, Lavitz? Dart, act like a man. Lack of sleep is bad for our skin. Every young lady knows that. Okay, I'll be more serious. Show me around your house. This is the first time I've been in such a huge place. There's nothing interesting, but we can at least kill some time. Walk around wherever you like, and I'll tell you about it. So that's the choice you're actually supposed to make. I just thought that was funny as fuck. As you can see, it's a kitchen. I don't want to disturb her cooking. Let's go some other place. This is a storage place. Seems to have more odds and ends than last time. Including a chest. We're just going to loot for the 20 gold in here. Thought there was a fucking Stardust in here, but I guess I'm wrong. And by the way, Lavitz has a huge friggin' house. By the way, welcome, Liz. I did see you come in. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube either. This is my room. There's a cut in the pillar. Were you swinging your sword or something? No, I was measuring my height. Lavitz was a kid once? What do you mean? I love how Dart is just such a dick. It was my parents' room. It's been my mom's room since my father passed away in the war. This is the library. There are many books on strategy. Are you interested in that, Dart? It's my weak point. What are you doing? Come here. So, yeah, you may have noticed, but Dart isn't much of a strategist. I'll show you my treasure. Treasure? This is the event that you need to trigger in order to pass on to the next area, by the way. Did you know I could read? Here is my treasure. Please take a look at it. Yes, I know you can read. I see. It's a nice view of Indel's castle from here. This is what I saw every day when I was young. I grew up thinking, I'll be an admired knight, just like my father. And I'll protect this country. Your dream came true. Yes. But the reality was much harder than I imagined back then. I feel all the more strongly about how great my father really was. To protect this country, I would tear the flesh from my body. It's the same passion you have towards Shauna. I just can't hold back. Because you know the importance of Shauna's life, you can risk your own. You were not a foolish daredevil when you ventured into Heleno prison. Serdio is covered in war clouds now. You are the only one who can protect Shauna. You know that, don't you? Yeah. Dart! Lavitz! The food is ready! Well, the princess needs us. Princess. She's like a baby sister to me. She doesn't see you that way. As always, your meals are delicious, Mom. It's such a nice thing to hear. But I'll be even happier when if you settle down with a bride soon. Dart, Shauna, we need to buy some things before we leave. Let's go. No, we don't. I bought them already. I'm gonna get through the Town of Hoax event because the Town of Hoax event has some of the most awesome sequences in Chapter 1. Ow! Hey, watch yourself! Are you blind or what? What do you mean? You're the one who bumped into me! Don't make up excuses. Behave like a man! Don't yell, it's true! Can you be quiet? The baby's crying. Oh, sorry. I was too loud. Oh, poor baby. She is scared, isn't she? Well, we gotta go, baby. There's no time to waste. What the actual hell was that? What was that? I don't know. Well, no, my gold's still on me. She didn't rob my ass. No idea where the hell she went. Okay, well, we need to get to Hoax. This is a yellowbird enemy. It ran away from us earlier. It's a really weird enemy to fight because it has a really high chance of running away, and it can take quite a bit of damage before going down. I may have to look that enemy up because it's the one enemy that to this day I don't really know how to deal with. Ew! Oh, now Lavitz is fucking blind, isn't he? Insta-kill! Oh. Derp. This town looks more like a fortress. Let's go to the HQ first. Kaiser of the 8th Knighthood must be waiting for us. Is this really a town? It clearly used to be. It looks like a fortress. The war changed it. That's true. That's true. Nobody wanted it, but it couldn't be avoided. Let's focus on our defenses now. Angel's Prayer. Go ahead and rest everybody to max out their HP and get rid of the status ailments. Did that get rid of my status ailment? Yes, it did. Okay. Kaiser, long time no see. Lavitz! Welcome. I see your knighthood was... Yeah, it was my mistake. But I won't let the dreams of my company end in death and be in vain. I'll end the war and unify Serdio. I will! We cannot stop until we make our dreams come true. Yeah, now, I brought you 2 powerful helpers, Dart and Shauna. Oh, you are the famous guy who rescued Lavitz. I am Kaiser, the head of the 8th Knighthood. Nice to meet you. Could you inform me how we stand now? We are still preparing for the raid of Sandora's. What I am concerned about is the information they are using a dragon. It's better to fortify here and see how they move, rather than attacking a dragon that we don't know about. Then it'll be up to how fast we can spot the approach of the enemy. Great. Indeed, you are right. Dart, Lavitz, why don't you guard the night? Why don't you be the guard at night? Having Shauna, too, is not a good idea. Can you prepare the meals for the knights? Preparing meals? Okay. Dart, you're gonna love it. You alright? I wonder how she will do. What? Lavitz's mother gave me a nice compliment. But in the past... Fine, I'm not gonna cook for Dart. I was just kidding. Fight a lot that way. Fighting deepens a relationship in many ways. Kaiser, are you stirring things up even more? I thought I was trying to relax her. Now, that settles the matter. I want Dart and the others to go look around Hoax. The night guards have to know the place. After you look around, come back to me. Stay with me, Lavitz. I want to go over the battle conditions with you. Now, shall we? Get along with each other. Yeah. One of the legendary Gigantos. I heard he's a pretty strong warrior. Dole is a dominator who enjoys manipulating his country and his people. We cannot hand over our Serdio to him. A delay in the detection of the enemy is equivalent to losing. Guards cannot let their attention stray, even for a moment. My name is Dart. I'm joining the defense of Hoax for a while. And both of you, when are you having your baby? What are you talking about? Yes, we are... It's too early. Oh, you're visiting a famous midwife, so I thought you wanted to get some advice about having a baby. Anyway, come back any time if you are going to have one. I was the midwife for King Albert, too. Then you have been observing this country since before the war? Yes, it was 20 years ago. The former King Carlo passed away, and his younger brother, Dole, broke away. It seems he couldn't stand having His Majesty Albert, who was only 6 then, be the king. His Majesty Dole and His Majesty Carlo used to be very close. I wonder what made them change. We gotta go now. Well, work hard. When you need me, come back anytime. Need me, meaning need a midwife? Thank you! She just fucking ran Dart the fuck over. No! Get back out there.
Oh,
Can you buy me a pizza? No.
shit. What was it gonna do again?
I don't know what the hell you were gonna do, Doc.
I don't remember. Damn it, I hate when that happens.
You're about to drink some coffee and then take a nap.
He's about to take a caffeinated speed nap! The rumor of a dragon? It could be a diversion of Imperial Sandora. Such a legendary creature can't be alive. Yeah, they can, dumbass. And we'll be seeing more than one of them.
Oh, 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 oh.
We'll be seeing a lot more than that, too, unfortunately. So now we're a little more familiar with the town. You kind of got an idea of where you got to be running. We're fine now. We've just finished the strategic meeting. Now, I'll take you to your position. I'll be right back.
Son of a bitch. Hello.
Done.
This is a job done.
Oh, fucking lovely.
You suck for this. Sorry, guys. I was getting a little hungry. I needed to use the bathroom. I want to ask both of you to guard the back gate. It's at the end of the stairs. I'm here to replace you. You can trust us. Also, I'm not in a uniform. If Sandora does attack, it'll be a night raid. We cannot relax till morning. Rest while it's still light.
Ugh, stupid fucking moment.
Pay attention to the ambient noise in this scene. Strangely quiet tonight. If the dragon comes near, we can easily tell. Why is that? There are those in the forest. Nocturnal owls are hooting. It's the proof that nobody is in the forest. So, I'm gonna go grab something. Worrying about Shauna? It's not that. Bring me back something. Huh? The owls. Ah! The enemy is coming! The enemy is coming! Yeah, I know, they're shooting at the fucking walls, dude! Oh my god! Knighthood! Advance! Fortify the gate! You take care of the casualties! Yes, sir! We'll counter them! Yeah!
You missed.
These guys look exactly like the Sandora troops from the beginning. They kind of are, except they don't suck. So I hope you, I hope you prepared for a long series of battles, by the way, like I did, because if you didn't, you're gonna be regretting your life. Big Bobby. Rah! These guys do still have their little throwing knife attack and their standard slash attack. Anytime they use their throwing knife attack, they're basically cutting you a break because their knife attack sucks. I already regret my life. Is this the battle HQ for the front lines for Bale? What a weak setup! I'll guard the top! Gotcha! Trust me to handle here! What guts you have coming alone like that? I'm here! I got the guys at the bottom! Huh. 1 or 2 doesn't make any difference. Big talkers are usually weak. All right. Sandora Elite. This guy's modeled after a ninja and he fights like one. And I'm gonna warn you right now, even though the music implies it, this guy is not the actual boss. Ow, that did a lot of fucking damage. This asshole is also incredibly fast. His dart attack, again, is basically him kind of cutting you a break because his dart attack is really weak. That throwing knife does not do shit. Yes, my little fur baby. Oh my god. Enough playtime! I'm taking my gloves off! Can you nail the real me? There's no real way to tell which one of them is the real him, by the way. Darn! But if you do hit the real him, the clones disappear right away. He's gonna do his multiplicity shit again. That's the fake. When you don't see damage numbers pop up, that's how you know you hit a fake. This is kind of your punishment, by the way, for fucking up. Because they will all hit you for real damage. That's the real one. Darn! You cannot run from this fight. Can't really run from any of these fights, I don't think. That one's a fake. Nope, that's the real one. Damn it!
Double slash.
Dart leveled up, nice. Ah! What is that giant? It's Giganto! Giganto? Ladies and gentlemen! Labbit! I heard about it, but he's real. The ones who fought so far were no match for him. Well, he's still not a dragon. Go! Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Giganto Congo!
Double slash.
Ow.
Harpoon. Double slash.
Kongol is the actual boss of this stage, and he is way tougher than that Sandoran elite.
Harpoon.
Kongol needs no weapon! Kongol beats you with his hands!
Double slash.
His fists actually hit harder than that axe, by the way. Oh, fuck. By the way, if you mistime one of your combos, that happens to you. You gotta finish it off or you'll get smashed by him. Damn. This motherfucker throws hands like Troy.
What? What?
I said this motherfucker throws hands like Troy.
Who is it?
Kongol! I like Kongol, actually. If you look carefully, you can actually tell he is somewhat Native American inspired, particularly with his face paint. Damn! Yeah, that's the move you don't want Kongol doing. The last thing you want is him picking both of you up and throwing you motherfuckers like your ragdolls. Wham!
Double slash.
Punch you in the face! Like, his punch sends you skidding across the ground. If that doesn't tell you he's tough, I don't know what will. Unfortunately for Kongol, I'm very well prepared for this fight. And yeah, Dart moves in to do his finishing move, and Kongol just kind of bitch slaps his ass all the way back to his fucking starting point. Ha! Wake up. Dragoon of the Red-Eyed Dragon! What?
Who the hell
Ah!
calling me?
Ah! What is this? Every rose has its thorn. Ladies and gentlemen, one of video games' best femme fatales, Rose. I got a power wrist out of that too, nice. Rod Typhoon Edition unlocked. That's right, I can turn my rod into a typhoon now.
Oh, how lovely.
These are not humans! Ah! Dart, what happened to you? I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. The night of the dragon, the Dragoon, was born. Ugh. I am surprised you didn't die. Giganto don't die! Giganto will pay you back! Dart! You are safe. Ugh. What happened? Seeing Shauna's face makes me relieved. Oh. Dart! Are you alright? What are you to Dart? What did you do to him? I was only... Cut it out! Both of you! I should be thanked. So why do I have to be yelled at? Ugh. Have you come to? I'm glad you woke up. You are... Rose. Nice to see you again. Do you know Dart? I told you. I just saved his life. Well, not only once. I want to hear it from Dart's own mouth. You explain. I don't understand. She saved my life. Thanks to Rose, I was able to make it to Celise. Then, the person who saved you from the dragon was... Yeah, it's her. Talking about being saved, I didn't thank you yet. I don't need any thanks. I wanted to do it. I see. But why are you here? It is too fishy to be a coincidence. I followed you because I was fascinated by this artifact that you own. The Dragoon spirit of the Red-Eyed Dragon. This light is... You deserve to rule dragons. This light is true evidence. From the time the Dragoon spirit starts to shine, you have to accept your fate as a Dragoon. Just like me. I didn't know there was such power concealed in my father's memento. You saved him because you knew it from the beginning. I didn't know it. It was a test to see if he could be a Dragoon. If you couldn't, you would be dead now.
Why do you know about such things? You know too much about things nobody could know.
It's better than ignorance, isn't it?
That's true. But yours is not mere knowledge. It's a story and a legend that has been lost. I heard about it from Minister Noish before. The people who led humans to victory in the Dragon campaign. They were the Dragoons.
But was that the only reason you protected me? Just because I have a Dragoon spirit? Honestly, I was surprised myself, but now I know why. You guys look like my dear old friends. They lived in the middle of a turbulent generation, yet they were strong enough to grab their own fate. They knew the way to go, the things to do, the enemy to defeat, and the people to protect. I feel the same about you guys, so I couldn't help doing that. Now you understand me?
Yeah.
Can I ask you one thing? What are they doing now? Everybody's gone. It's all in the past. I'm sorry. I think I was wrong about you, Rose. It's okay. I'm used to being hated.
Yeah, you've got a lot of reason for being hated that you don't really talk about much, do you? Is the knighthood, is the head of the knighthood, Sir Kaiser, in here? The 7th Fort. It's under attack by Sandorans. What? The 7th Fort in the marshland is under a fierce attack of the dragon. Due to that, the 10th and 13th knighthoods are almost overwhelmed. Survivors are still responding. Where did it come from? From the forest over the volcano Vilud. It seems there's a nest there for the dragon. Gigantos and dragons. It's not a fight between humans. If we don't defeat that dragon, we don't have a future. Summon the rest of the knights. We will assault the dragon's nest.
The knighthood has the advantage of numbers, but they're only human. Humans cannot defeat a dragon. If it continues, Bale will be annihilated.
We don't know until we
Troy
try.
can.
What?
It's like, but Troy can.
Yeah,
He
humans
probably
can
did.
defeat a dragon. All we
Do
have
you
to do
think
is
a
tire the
roasted
fuck out.
death is
You
honorable
are
or
not
something?
human though. You're an agronomist.
He is more than human.
But dragoons can defeat him. Dart, you should understand this. We have a different existence. We are beyond humans.
That's right. Dragoon. Dragoons, which were said to have governed the dragons, can fight against the dragon.
Maybe I can do it now. I felt it. The power of the dragon in me.
I'll do it. I believe in this power. That makes me feel relieved. There's nobody left who can fight in the knighthood, in the 8th knighthood. Dart, Rose, seems you're the only people we can count on. Kaiser, your wound is open. I'm all right. Dart, Rose, the kingdom of Bale is finished, unless we defeat the dragon. So, you can trust me. I will fight for you too.
I'll go too. It doesn't seem to be enough if it is only Dart and the others.
Shauna, you should stay.
No, I'm going. I can help the other people too.
By the way, for anybody wondering, Shauna is now pretty much going to be stuck in what is an almost total backseat in my party. That is not because I do not like her. It is largely due to the situation and setup of the game itself.
The green-tusked dragon, Firebrand.
Oh,
It brings back the fear I felt before. The real fear has not even begun yet. Alright, so we are going to end this stream on a tutorial, but there is one last tutorial that the game really needs to give us. It was super. What about it? That Dart fella. Yesterday he wore unique armor and defeated Kongol. With Dart, Imperial Sandora is not even a match as our enemy. Dart is the Messiah of the Kingdom of Basel! Messiah, huh? You cannot be called a real Dragoon getting stunned like that with all of your power. Then, tell me, Rose. How should I fight as a Dragoon?
Going to do better with them. In this crude
Well,
battle.
let's begin. The game is now going to introduce us to the Magic and Dragoon system. Let's begin. What would you like to know about Dragoons? Dragoon transformations. Dragoon transformations need spiritual power, spirit points, SP. You can accumulate SP by attacking enemies. Let's try. Fight with me. Come on.
Yes. Double slash.
Yes.
Their
Keep it up.
efforts will be for
So, you will notice an SP gauge has appeared underneath my MP gauge numbers. The more that gauge fills up, the more you can use your Dragoon transformation. You have to fill the bar up at least once. As the Dragoon increases in power from extra SP gained, I believe it is, you will be able to use more turns and more bars of spirit in order to make it work.
Yes. Double slash. Yes. Double slash.
You accumulated enough SP. When your bar is full, a transformation command will appear. Selecting that allows you to become a Dragoon. Now, transform yourself. That is how you activate the Dragon transformation. Or Dragoon transformation, rather. Do you understand how to transform? Yes, I got it. For quicker transformations, change the setting in the system screen.
hell nah, game.
So if you want to skip that really awesome cutscene every time you transform, and everybody has their own unique one, you can cut it to a short one. I will not ever be doing that. I use Dragoon transformations few enough that I don't feel like it's going to matter. Dragoon additions. First, transform yourself into a Dragoon. It automatically gives you enough SP to trigger this as you start.
You dirty Drukari.
Just to speed this up. Lay down, Pebbles. You emit power all at once with Dragoon additions. Charge up your power. Press X when the spirit meter light reaches the top. When successful, the light continues to revolve and the power is charged accordingly.
I fucked up.
Try. If you fuck up, you'll attack early, and that's exactly what I did. But, I want to try and show off what the full edition looks like. That's close enough.
How dare you, dirty fucker, in the ass.
The rotation system on that will speed up puristically as you go. Yes, Pebbles, I know. I'll deal with you in a minute.
You missed every shot, Heartless. I made up for that.
First, transform yourself into a Dragoon to learn about magic. So you'll notice that Dart finally has a bit of MP. You'll notice that he didn't have any until all of a sudden we reached this point. He will start out with 20 MP by default regardless. There are 2 commands after a transformation. A Dragoon Addition and a Dragoon Spell. You need a certain amount of MP to use a Dragoon spell. The spells you can use are highlighted. There's only one for now. Select the spell and then the target. Then you can cast the spell.
That was
Now, let's try.
lame.
Cast a spell on me. Dragoon Magic. Flame Shot. Fire, 50% strength, single target. So this grants Dart the ability to use a magic elemental attack without needing an item. He just has to spend mana, which is somewhat renewable. And that did over 100 damage. So that is the full Dragoon tutorial. I honestly don't mind that the game waits until you actually unlock Dragoons to teach you about Dragoon abilities, transformations, additions, and magic. It's not really relevant until you have it, so there's no sense giving you that information early. And the tutorial is actually pretty in-depth. One more thing. Getting SP by attacking allows your Dragoon level to increase, and you'll have more spell choices. In the end, you can only rely on your own sword. So, the more SP you collect, SP in a way is kind of like EXP for Dragoon Spirits. When you collect enough, the Dragoon Spirit will level up and it will gain an additional level of power. The way Dragoon Spirits work is when you transform, you can spend an entire bar of 100 SP to take an action as a Dragoon. Be it attacking with a Dragoon Addition, unleashing a Dragoon spell, it doesn't matter. You can also choose to revert early in order to conserve what's left of your SP, or if you simply think the fight is about to end and it would be a waste to use it, then you can choose to not use it. Or, if an enemy has an ability that is anti-Dragoon, which we will see some that do later, you can use the power of... You can revert in your Dragoon Spirit in order to avoid losing all of your power and getting killed in a crippled state by an anti-Dragoon attack. Anything that would be anti-Dragon will also count as anti-Dragoon. Dragoon Spirits come from dragons. So keep that in mind with your Dragoon transformations. The game will test you in a few instances with anti-dragon power. And in those instances, your Dragoon Spirits will be probably as good as useless. But, for the most part, effectively what this means is Dragoons are a coup de grace you can use to turn the tide of battle by dealing massive burst damage and allowing you to resist damage yourself because it boosts your stats when you transform, increasing not only your attack power, but also your defense against most forms of attack. Which is why the game ends up ultimately using a few instances of anti-dragon abilities.
Swear to God, that fucking armed frigate is complete dog shit.
So, rely on Dragoon powers to do what you can, but don't over-rely on them. They're not necessarily something you need to over-rely on anyway. However, I will reiterate Troy's old adage that I have never been able to forget until ever since I started actually adhering to it. If you value the power of your Dragoon essence too highly because of how limited your transformations are, you will never use them. If you don't
That's
use that power just because you have it, and you're afraid of the limited use, it is a wasted resource that will never get put to use. SP,
Yes, exactly.
SP,
Use
as we will
that
also see, is very easy to recoup in massive amounts. It is not hard to gather large amounts of spirit points to be able to abuse your Dragoon spirits. So, don't think of being out of your Dragoon spirit as being in a weakened state. Simply think of being in your Dragoon spirit as a chance to really try and either turn the tide or bring the hammer down on somebody who is about to go down and is ready to start doing a lot of damage to you if you don't bring them down. This is what I can teach. After that, it's up to you. I'll be here for a while. Go and prepare for the departure.
Fuck. Bullshit.
Alright, so we're going to go into additions, and we're going to talk about additions here real quick for just 1 second. You will notice that Double Slash has now been totally maxed out. It maxes out at 80 uses. I ended up maxing it out at 99 EXP, which is fine, but after 80 uses of the full edition, you don't need to use that edition anymore, and you can move on to another one. Volcano is the next edition in line. Volcano is a damage-focused edition, but you'll notice the SP value, which is the third to the right from the name of the actual edition. That tells you how much SP you can get for a successful execution of the move. Your damage multiplier after that tells you how much it multiplies his base attack power when he executes the move. Volcano is a very powerful addition, and it is a huge step up in complexity from Double Slash. Double Slash is meant to teach you, just like Harpoon, how to learn to use a basic addition. You can turn off needing to actually execute the timings and just auto-complete your additions if you want. If you do this, though, it limits you to the basic additions of the game, and you will only be able to use those, and you don't always get the damage bonuses. This is a way of trying to reward players for mastering the timing and getting their skills down, whilst also still allowing very casual players to be able to clear a problem without necessarily screwing them over by allowing them a chance to be able to finish the game with a reasonable level of power. Even the most basic additions in the entire game can carry you through the whole game. So don't feel obligated to learn these. Do be aware, though, if you don't try to master each addition in turn as you go for each character, then you will not be able to unlock their ultimate additions at the end. The reason why I maxed out the level of Double Slash before moving on to Volcano is you have to max out the level of each successive addition that a character learns until they have learned all of their additions and mastered them. When you master all of their other additions, a additional addition move will appear that will allow you to use their ultimate addition. Their ultimate addition deals the most damage that they can deal, period, usually grants the most SP, and is some of the most powerful moves in the game. So we're going to use Volcano, even though it's slightly less powerful than Double Slash now, and will get us way less SP, meaning we won't be able to get our transformation into a Dragoon as fast. That's fine. Most fights do not require you use your Dragoon spirit in order to clear them anyway, and it would be gross overkill. Dragoon spirits are not built to be abused. They are built to be used when necessary. Judge accordingly. A lot of players might just try to abuse them. While that is possible, it's not necessarily the best strategy. Use it when you need it, don't abuse it, and don't hold on to it too long. It's very easy, as the game goes along, to get more SP and rapidly build up your strength. You'll notice that Lavitz has 2 additions. Now, you'll also notice that Dart has 1 through 7 on here, even though he hasn't unlocked the ability to get the rest of his additions yet. Additions 1 through 6 are unlocked by leveling up the character, not the other additions in line. They will be unlocked as the character levels up. Dart is one of the hardest characters to unlock the final addition for in the game, because Dart has 6 total additions that you have to 100% master and max out. Lavitz has 4. Rose has 3. You will notice that 5, 6, and 7 do not appear on her additions list. This is meant to tell you she will unlock 2 other additions normally as she levels up, and at that point she will stop learning them naturally. If you master her Whip Smack and other 2 additions, though, fully, her 4th addition unlocks, and you can use it. Lavitz will have to master 4 additions to unlock his 5th. Dart has to master 6. Now, why does Dart have more than anybody else? Dart is the one character this game has basically deemed its absolute main. No matter what happens in the story, we will always be playing from Dart's perspective effectively. It will follow him more than anyone else. And I think that's part of why he has the most additions to unlock. The reason why I bring up the additions system, and by the way, if you look down near the bottom left corner, you'll notice D with a small S next to it. That tells you how many Dragoon spirits you've collected. You see the red one and the dark purple one. The red one is the Dragoon of the Red-Eyed Dragon. That's going to be Dart's Dragoon spirit. The dark purple one is Rose's Dragoon spirit. Rose Dragoon spirit is the Dragoon of the Dark Dragon. I believe it is the Death Talon. I can't remember exactly what her Dragoon spirit is called. Dragoon spirits will tie to a specific character and cannot be changed around. Once they find a character that they have locked onto, they will not change people no matter what for the entire ending of the game.
And this is bullshit.
There are 2 exceptions to this rule, and they are for story-based purposes only. Beyond that, when you find a Dragoon spirit, it is locked to the character that it binds to. The reason why I go out of my way to go through all of that is because that is the kind of stuff you kind of need to know. Next is we kind of need to look at these other characters here because this is kind of the equipment setup that Rose has. She starts with a rapier, a felt hat, a leather jacket, leather shoes, and a bracelet. The bracelet is literally a useless filler accessory. It does absolutely nothing. Anything is better than that. I will be equipping her with a power wrist just to give her a little bit of extra damage until I find a better accessory to attach her with. In terms of statistics, I will go ahead and show this off. Rose has some of the lowest HP in the game. However, see, if we look at Dart, Dart's actually got a pretty decent stat spread here. He's very balanced. Lavitz has a speed deficit but he has an emphasis on physical defense and attack power. His magic attack is okay. His magic defense is actually kind of bad, which is why he takes so much damage from magic attacks. Shauna has excellent magic attack and magic defense, terrible defense and terrible physical attack. Her speed, however, is actually fairly high. Her aim is also fairly high, because you'll notice she's got slightly better aim than the other characters. The thing about Shauna is that she is very much a magus. Where she shines is not in shooting her bow off. It's largely in throwing magic items. Now, if we look at Rose is very heavily oriented around magical attacks. Rose, more than most characters, really likes to be in her Dragoon state. Now, that said, that doesn't mean you should transform her whenever you want. Or not whenever you want, excuse me, but whenever you have the opportunity. Just transforming her willy-nilly does not actually help her. It actually actively hurts her, because she is the character that benefits the most from being in Dragoon state, largely from a defense perspective, because she gets 200% defense and magic defense in that state. Her magic attack power is ridiculously high. Her physical attack power is above average, but it's not super high.
Alistair, hey, Doc, real quick, could you turn on your screen share for your game?
Rose also has slightly better speed than some characters. Shauna is actually the fastest character we have right now. I believe that will change with time, but I'm going through all of that just to show all of this off to you guys. I know we're ending on tutorial speak for this stream, but I'm ending on tutorial speak here specifically because I want to get this tutorial out of the way and done with, and I am kind of ready to end the stream here. I'm 30 minutes above my usual time frame anyway. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been Savage Hound Dusk, and I'll see you guys next time on Legend of Dragoon.